And we have arrived, ladies and gentlemen, to our grand finals here of our mid-season showdown for our Gym Challenge New Year's Eve marathon run. My name is Cornell, now joined by Avi Vatsavai, and here are your finalists. You have Arnie Wolf, who made it past Eric Holmstrom in his first semifinal, and now we got Hayley Aldworth on the stream, who currently already has an upset win over Gio, and he just beat Brandon Davis to reach the final.
Yeah, I mean, these two are very these are two are regular for our locals, right? So again, they're very good players, and they're having a pretty good run today. So I mean, both are running in like pretty standard teams. Besides that, Galarian Articuno on Arnie's side, it isn't. I don't think he brought it too much. He told me, but I mean, it's very niche Pokemon. But the rest of his team is very well put together. So in those niche situations, he can still bring the Articuno, even though he hasn't been bringing in much today, like I said.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that Galarian Articuno was supposed to be like the Intimidate counter, but I don't think he's been running into too many Intimidate users today.
Yeah, and that is, again, is very good. It's actually, he's using Jamie Boyd's build of Galarian Articuno, right? Like Terra Ground and stuff, and it's a very interesting. Jamie Boyd, known as a very interesting team builder, so, you know, taking some inspiration from that. And you know, Hayley running a pretty standard balanced team, right? Has the Dragonite Qianpao, right? Yeah, has Dragonite.
There's no Qianpao.
Oh, there's no Qianpao. Sorry, it's just Dragonite choice band. So, you know, it still hits hard even with that Qianpao, but pretty standard balanced team. And there we go. Arnie looking to maybe like set up some nasty plots immediately with follow me redirection.
Yeah, we see here Arnie with the Ogerpon and Goldingo, and Hayley with Fluttermane Dragonite. Ogerpon Wellspring, you know, very good defensively. It's shown how good it's been bulky at, you know.
Yeah.
Who knew this was the answer to Urshifu all along?
Yeah. I mean, like with that water absorb ability and follow me, it can redirect surging strikes and whatnot. But although it is kind of threatened here, right?
Oh, Arnie Terras.
Yeah, Arnie is tearing just for that little
It's Goldango to steal.
Goldango, actually. Yeah, that's very interesting. Maybe he might be content with sacking the Ogerpon here, right? If he follow me's here, but we'll see. I mean, it does give pretty good defensive profile.
There is a follow me,
and it looks like he is content with sacking it here for a nasty plot or just a make it rain like straight up, right?
There's Icy Wind. That's one way to control the speed against Goldango because of its good as gold ability, making it immune to any and all status moves. Yeah. So any attack effect still works on it. Outrage perfectly goes into the Ogerpon because of the follow me. Yeah. But does that give Goldango enough energy to go for a big make it rain?
Does he go for the make it rain or nasty plot here?
It is
make it rain. Good. He wants to get the KO immediately on the Fluttermane here. And
it's Sash.
Sash. And Sash, it lives with Sash, but that's good, right? He actually gets some pretty valuable chip here, just for -1 here, and he could actually probably clean up with anything he has in the back.
And there's a Roaring Moon from Arnie. We've seen this Roaring Moon before. It's booster speed, and it's meant to control the field.
Yeah, but it's actually very interesting that Arnie puts it in this position, right? Because you have a Dragonite that lock into Outrage, and you have a Fluttermane that's ready to KO at a moment's notice. He does not have his Terra available. So
and on top of that, Goldango has a speed lowered.
Yeah, Goldango has a speed and special attack lowered. So, you know, he can't really do much to the Goldango up front. So maybe he's using that to throw out the Fluttermane like that's happening right now.
And the Rillaboom comes in place of the Fluttermane.
He's coming out in place of the Fluttermane, and let's actually see what this who this Outrage goes into, because
Roaring Moon protects.
Yeah, so that's very good. And if it goes into Goldango, it's actually really fine because it's a resisted hit.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, and it's a little lucky for Hayley, because you know Outrage always has that 50-50. So he gets another make it rain off.
He's will not get the Dragonite at least, but how much damage is doing to Rillaboom? Oh my god, that is so much.
Life Orb.
And at -1.
Yeah, and at -1. Terra Steel, Life Orb, Make It Rain, still a force to be reckoned with.
And there you go. And Rillaboom is going to munch on its Stitches Berry to get some of that HP back. No, now we know that it's not Assault Vest.
Yeah, and actually it's really interesting because like now when the Fluttermane comes back in, it is not actually going to have its booster energy anymore. So this
it never had a booster energy. It was Focus Sash.
Yeah, it's Focus Sash.
So Iron Bundle, however, will get to use that booster energy.
It will get to use that booster energy. Roaring Moon, not going to be as fast as
Iron
Bundle. So it's going to be a little hard for it to be staying on the field. But with its low special defense stat, honestly, I think another Make It Rain could probably deal an insane chunk to this.
Not that the Rillaboom gets a knockout before it can have a chance, and that's why it's protecting.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, avoiding any Grassy Glide shenanigans here. And
no Grassy Glide comes out. It's going to be a freeze right into this Roaring Moon. Takes it pretty decently.
It's very bulky Roaring Moon.
And Tailwind set up.
Tailwind off. And now, actually, depending on how fast they want this, they have this Goldingo, it could actually possibly hit a certain speed tier where it could actually outspeed the Iron Bundle under this Tailwind here, but most likely not, because at least from my experience playing against it, it's quite bulky, so it might not actually have that much speed in it. But it does resist a freeze dry here, so it is a very interesting turn here, right?
Yeah, because you have very much a couple of decisions to make.
Yeah.
Breaking Swipe does weaken the Rillaboom, but doesn't weaken it enough to warn the Goldingo surviving the turn, because Iron Bundle can get another Icy Wind off, and Rillaboom can just attack the Goldingo with the Tailwind effectively negated.
Yeah, so actually the Roaring Moon is actually faster than
it's fast.
field.
It's faster, but it's like it's not afraid to knock out anything.
Yeah, and that could be fine, right? I mean, again, Arnie still has one Pokemon left in the back, and then Goldingo's threatening here. Does not actually
hold
get
on a
the
minute.
KO.
Hold on a minute. Breaking Swipe comes out. I don't know. I don't know if Icy Wind takes the knockout on the Goldingo. It has to hit first of all, but I don't know if it takes the knockout. I'm pretty sure it will.
It may or may not.
Oh, it missed something. Did it miss the Goldingo? Oh my goodness!
Misses the Goldingo. We don't know if it takes it out. And the Roaring Moon lives too. It could. It probably won't be as.
Oh
fast.
no!
And there's the big make it rain.
Oh, that
probably
is
knocking out both Pokemon. Yeah.
Ah.
This Goldingo living on a hair of health here, and yeah, no, I mean that's two of Hayley's Mons gone again, and it's just the Flutter Mane left.
And Goldingo goes into his own life orb. Oh wait, no, it didn't. It just barely lived.
Yeah, thanks to the Grassy Drain. And now it's just Flutter Mane, and we know the Roaring Moon is faster, so you can just pick it up with a knockoff. We do need to check the Tailwind turns.
I'm pretty sure there's two.
There's two, right? So yeah, it's pretty unlikely that Hayley's gonna.
Haley needs a double. I think Haley needs a double protect to check on it. 2 turns left the grassy terrain. Tailwind 2 turns.
Yeah, so it needs double protect here. Or just goes for the Dazzling Gleam here. And
knockoff comes out, and that's it.
I guess she's just going to the next game.
I don't know how much that battle changes if that Icy Wind connects.
That is true. Iron Bundle, I mean, it is a resisted hit, and Arnie's Goldingo is very bulky, so I think if the Icy Wind hit, it would have gone down to the Life Orb chip, but I don't think it would have gone down to the Icy Wind personally. Goldingo's a very bulky Pokemon, and a lot of speedy booster speed Iron Bundles, they actually want to run a little bulky for certain matchups. So it would have all depended on how the Iron Bundle was trained.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We're not going to get that much answers because of the fact that Iron Bundle does his trademark missing.
Yeah, I mean, I made a joke about, like, hope Iron Bundle doesn't miss your house this Christmas. Cause,
I mean, based on this Terror Raid event that's happening on the Pokemon Star and the Violet game, it shouldn't be missing houses if it comes in with the mightiest mark.
Yeah. But, I mean, all jokes aside, I mean, I think we will, I mean... Icy Wind is a generally pretty accurate move. It's just unfortunate that it
missed the wrong target.
Yeah, missed the wrong target, right? And you know, maybe later in this set, if it goes on a little longer, we could see how much it would have done. But like, these players, they're very they're good at really resetting their mental. So they're gonna be able to just brush the last game aside and just focus on this. I mean, not necessarily brush the last game aside, right? They want to make some adaptations, but yeah. They're two very seasoned players here in SoCal.
I mean, Arnie? It's going to be hard to get that out of the mind, but looking at Arnie's situation, I think, yeah, we didn't even get to see the 4th Pokemon from Arnie, I don't think.
Yeah, no, we didn't get to see the 4th one. We only know he brought Ogerpon, which went down turn 1, Goldingo, and Roaring Moon. Right, and based on like the team matchups here, Hisui and Arcanine is not the best into this team, so I'm assuming maybe he brought like hands in the back, personally. But we'll see. I mean, this is a different game, but we can only speculate what he brought last game.
Yeah, that's all we can honestly say. Haley in the back foot because of the Iron Bundle, and now She needs the win 2 days in a row to declare the mid-season showdown champion here. Arnie just needs to do one more game and he can say...
switches up the leads here. Iron Hands and the Roaring Moon versus Iron Hands and Dragonite here. And actually, funny enough, right, since this Dragonite, I believe this Dragonite does have Inner Focus, so it will not be affected by the Fake Out, and we actually don't know which Iron Hands is faster, so they could like maybe test stuff out here and see like, oh yeah, which Iron Hands is faster, maybe I could Fake Out before them. It has been a little trend lately about like, oh, which Iron Hands is faster to get the Fake Out.
Roaring Moon protecting.
He just plays it safe, goes for the Protect here.
It's important to know that this Dragonite does not run. Oh my god, Outrage actually got the Iron Hands.
It got the Iron Hands. That does so much damage. Does he double up onto it?
Arnie's is faster. And that's a critical hit on the wild
charge. And the recoil's going to knock it out.
No, not quite.
Oh, not quite.
What did the Iron Hands do here? Drain Punch is the Roaring Moon.
Okay, so the this is actually a huge turn. Huge turn for both sides here. I mean, Dragonite locked into Outrage here, and crucially, there's actually just not a single fairy type. Oh,
and the Breaking Swipe is enough to knock out the Dragonite, thankfully, because of that critical hit from the Wild Charge. And now Iron Hands is a little bit weakened, and we know Arnie's is faster.
Yeah, now we know Arnie's is faster, and he goes for the Drain. Oh no! Oh yeah. Arnie's is faster there. Sorry, I forgot which Iron Hands said it was going for because it paused a little bit. I was like, wait a minute. But yeah. We know
Drain Punch into Roaring Moon, and it does half.
Very sizable chunk there. And probably heals almost back to full here. Yeah, pretty much.
Well, let's see what else Hayley has in the back. Let's Fluttermane on an Iron Bundle.
Fluttermane, and actually the Iron Bundle would be actually very good here. But I mean, let's see what she decides to go with, because while Fluttermane can take one hit, the Roaring Moon is faster. So
Fluttermane is going to be her selection.
Yeah. So I guess the Roaring Moon, maybe he doesn't want the Roaring Moon to go down, so maybe just protects and heavy slams into it. But believe it or not, like, even though Arnie has the lead in Pokemon, it is kind of a tough situation for him, because if both his Mons go down here, based on what he might have in the back, it might be a little hard, right? I mean,
yeah.
Unless he maybe has like Goldango or something, right? Goldango will probably do pretty well into this. And crucially, he hasn't committed his Terra, so he could save that steal for another.
Yeah, and also the Iron Hands also just has a Breaking Swipe attack drop, so it does have a bit of longevity chance. I mean, not against the Roaring Moon, it's just sets up a tailwind for this Iron Hands. Depending on whether or not this Fluttermane is able to outspeed it, it will, however, just outspeed it, and that's a double knockout.
Yeah, and actually that's actually really crucial, right? Because like Arnie knows he couldn't really get any knockouts here, right? So what? So
you set up your teammates.
Yeah, he's just setting up his teammates for the back, right? And we already know he probably has Goldango on the back, right? Based on how he's playing, because he didn't want to really need to preserve any of this. And will we see the Goldango?
I'm actually really curious about. Okay, well, there is a Goldango in the. Okay, so Goldango, and then one more for Arnie, and it's Hisuian Arcanine.
Oh, Hisuian Arcanine.
And that's actually a pretty big pivotal intimidate, because that puts Iron Hands down to -2.
Yeah, and that's actually it's very pivotal there. Iron Hands is even if Goldango Terra steals here, right? The Drain Punches won't be doing much, right? Just because it's -2. Hayley probably needs to like maybe get this Iron Hands out for Iron Bundle, but it's a little risky, especially when you know this Goldango is gonna want to just click, make it Terra Steel, make it rain.
And there's something else to know about this Arcanine from Arnie. It has to lock into a move because it's choice band, and here comes Arnie's Terra.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, if
it's gonna be Arcanine to Fairy.
Oh, it's interesting. It's actually Arcanine.
Is he really trying to get a knockout on his Iron Hands right now?
Yeah, no, he might be trying to, and honestly, maybe he actually protected the Goldango here. Yeah, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense with that Terra, right? Because you wouldn't want to leave Goldango out for a...
And here's the Terra Blast Fairy.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to leave the Goldango vulnerable to a Shadow Ball coming out from Fluttermane, right? And then
not enough!
Barely gets the knockout.
Doesn't get it.
And then
the Shadow Ball
perfectly predicts the Shadow Ball. Very, very well played there.
I see how much damage this Iron Hands does here with the Drain Punch.
Probably not a lot.
Not a lot.
Yeah, not a lot. So I mean, he could actually.
This could be Make It Rain plus Terra Blast Fairy and the Fluttermane coming in now.
Yeah, no, but it's still really risky, right? Because we don't know how much Goldango is going to take from this.
The Tailwind's up.
from the Shadow Ball. Yeah, the Tailwind is up. So
right. I keep forgetting the Flutterman has a focus session tag.
yeah, Flutterman has focus sash, so he actually has to double into this.
Oh boy!
Very good protect into with the Flutterman. Does he call it correctly though?
Terra Blast into the Flutterman. Let's see what the Goldango does here. It's either Shadow Ball, Make It Rain, or the nasty plot here. It's going to be to Make It Rain, so this will at least get the knockout onto the Iron Hands.
But he does have a -1, and he doesn't have the Terra Steel intact right now, right? Because
and there's an Iron Bundle in the back.
Yeah, and there's an Iron Bundle in the back. And to be fair though, Iron Bundle, Goldango kind of does really well into it. The only issue here is we want to see what Arnie goes for here, right? Because if Hayley predicts it, she could actually get just a double up into the Arcanine if Goldango protects, right? But then also the thing is, if Goldango doesn't protect, then it just gets Shadow Balled into like maybe a Hydro Pump or something, right? So it's still like kind of a tough position for Arnie, even though he has his Tailwind up and stuff, because this Iron Bundle can slow down the Goldango here, right?
Especially with this being potentially the last turn of Tailwind for Arnie.
Yeah, so it's a very
it's just a tough call for both players right now.
Yeah, it's a tough call for both players. I do think Hayley is still kind of in the
well, Arcanine is faster. It will put the Fluttermane down the Sash, but
so now we know the speed tiers in case there's
critical hit. Well, there's a caveat that's saying that there's a Tailwind up for Arnie, so we know it's faster under Tailwind, and it does connect the Hydro Pump into this Arcanine. That's not enough.
Take it out, and the Make It Rain just is gonna clean it up possibly.
No, not enough in the Iron Bundle.
Not enough, but I mean
I don't think it has enough damage.
Yeah, and the Iron Bundle being the only mon left. Yeah, no.
I think Arnie's got the championship.
Yeah, no, Arnie's definitely got it. I mean, I was actually very surprised that the Arcanine was actually faster than Iron Bundle, right? Because a lot of them sometimes run a little bulkier, but it is just a max speed Arcanine. It's jolly, you know? Because if it's not jolly, it doesn't actually get that outspeed. So we know. We know now.
We are currently moments away from crowning a commentator as the mid-season showdown champion, and I know Arnie's worked so hard to get into this position. He nearly got one win in around November with a Como if you remember all that time back.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. I remember he was really excited. I was talking with him like in our Discord. He was like, "Oh,
that's the forfeit!" And Arnie is gonna win your mid-season showdown for December 26th. His Christmas gift came late, but he's finally done it.
Well, good job to Arnie. I mean, he tore through everything. Like, I mean, not only did his team have like a pretty good matchup into a lot of what people brought today, he just played really good mid, really good reads. Especially from when I played with him, he played extremely well today. He knew what he needed for the matchups, and yeah, I mean, congratulations, Arnie. Very, very, very stellar performance today.
Yeah, that should show you that the commentators are indeed real people, because I think I hear a lot of this on social media. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really care, but just because some players are just here in the casting rooms doesn't mean they're bad at the game. We have analysis, and we have to work as equally as hard as trainers do.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, you need to, regardless of whether you're commentating or playing the game, you have to have, you have to have the knowledge to know what you're talking about and whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, we a very good set between the two, and